loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from BehatiLife. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the astrological and intuitive message for the week surrounding October 31st. Happy Halloween. So if you're wondering why I'm wearing this hat, this is why, because it's Halloween currently right now in this moment happening all around me. Can you see it? I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's Halloween at the moment, and I'm going to be a witch this year. Of course. I mean, I'm a witch every day of every year, but this is my stereotypical witch outfit, and this is my hat. Anyways, we're not here to talk about my hat. We're here to talk about the astrological and intuitive report that I have for you, which is, I'm getting this weird vibe this week, to be quite honest with you, with the planets. We do have a full moon that's happening on Friday in the sign of Taurus, which I am truly excited about, and we'll talk about that later. But just looking at the planets now, it just seems like they're all kind of like floating. And the weird vibe that I get from them, and not that it's a bad thing, it just kind of seems like they're either moving away from meeting their friends, i.e. other planets, or moving towards to meet their friends, i.e. other planets. And some of them are going to clash when they connect, and some of them have had positive experiences, and like, oh, that was fun, and we got together, and we had a good time, blah, 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 blah. Basically, what I'm talking about is the energy of the planets when they're connecting. But right now, I don't really see any huge major aspects outside of the things that we've been experiencing for the long haul that are really going to negatively or positively affect us. Sun, Mercury, Jupiter are all moving through the sign of Scorpio. Naturally, this is what's giving us that Halloween spirit, that Halloween vibe, that desire to look into the darker, the shadow sides of things right now. Of course, that's always what happens when we're working with Scorpio energy every single time around this time of year. Mercury's still moving through the sign of Scorpio, so we're still working with those intense energies. I really see people still in this space, and I feel like I'm repeating myself. I feel like I'm a broken record, but I still see people really mentally diving deep into discovering, probing to find deeper information in order to not access information, but to get a better understanding and a better connection with the things that it is that they want to bring into their lives, the things that are happening around us. Relationships are changing, evolving, careers are changing and evolving, and it's all because we are striving and moving towards a more significant, more purposeful existence. What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. On Halloween day, so right now, for me at least, I'm filming this on Tuesday, a little late, but better late than never, as they say. On Halloween day / night, moon is moving through the sign of Pisces. And Pisces, I love this because it's so imaginative, it's so ethereal, so dreamy, and idealistic. And I see this as people really sensitive. That's another thing too that I want to talk about, is this energy of sensitivity. And really what I see is people being highly in tune. If you're going to be working with your intuition tonight, it is the Wiccan holiday after all, where many of you are going to be reflecting on transformation and death, and are people who have passed, and maybe even connecting with spirits. Tonight is absolutely the night. Well, Halloween night is absolutely the night to do it, because the moon is moving through the sign of Pisces, which is so heightened to begin with. However, for the rest of you guys who are not going to be dabbling in the darker sides, the shadow sides, you know what? The planets are still going to push you and nudge you into that shadow side anyways, because 9 times out of 10, your feelings, your emotions are either going to be A, depressed, B, moody, or C, kind of like gloom and sober and sobering. As imaginative as Pluto, I'm sorry, as imaginative as the moon in Pisces is, Saturn is this planet that sits off in the corner and just kind of is sitting there like, get down. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to have fun, you're trying to do these things, you're trying to, climb up some dangerous things because, thrill of the, just thrill and excitement. And Saturn is that old, crabby old man that sits there and is like, get down. Like, they don't even have to say anything. You're just like, oh, you're right, I'm gonna get hurt. So, and Saturn has that presence, that energy that just kind of like diminishes the fun a little bit. And I don't want to give, Saturn a bad rep, because it's not one of my favorite planets within all of the planets. No offense, Saturn. But, every planet has its special role and it has its special reason. And Saturn here, it being aspected the way that it is to the moon, it really does kind of bring down the vibe. So, and also last week, we're just exiting out of a space where Venus and Pluto were squaring off, and that can create, and then we're going to move into Venus opposite Uranus. So this can create some real interesting relationship dynamics or spending dynamics that can be putting people in a bad mood, to be quite honest with you. I'm sorry, guys. Even as I'm, filming this right now, I'm getting notifications of the terrorist attack that just happened in New York. Oh, just send love and light to everyone, because it really, truly breaks my heart. Like, lately I've been feeling so sensitive to a lot of things that have been going on in the environment and in the world. Normally I feel pretty protected by it, but just lately it's like, I just feel like I'm absorbing certain stuff, and, I have to, like, work to disconnect a little bit. But yeah, so just, send some love, some light, some healing vibes to those people who, just everyone right now. Like, even if there isn't anything going on, send those vibes out. Side note, the other day I was doing a meditation for myself and just needed to connect. And I was sitting there on my mat, my sacred space, and I know you guys have been asking me, like, Jess, show us your sacred space, and I will, I promise. But I was sitting there on my mat, and, like, all of my hands just started, like, burning. Like, not burning, but, like, super tingling, super, like, so much energy. And, like, normally it stays in my hands. In this case, it was going all the way up my arms, into my body, and I just had to push my head back and just completely release. And when those things happen, I asked the angels, I asked the guides, I'm like, you know what, is this me right now? Is this me that's feeling this? Is this my energy? And they either tell me a clear, yes, Jess, this is you, and you need to release this for you, or no, girl, this is things that are going on around you. And I just started crying and bawling my eyes out because, well, it was obvious that it wasn't for me. It was for the world. And so many of us, again, like, our feelings, our intuition is high, the vibration is very high. And that's not to say that it's all positive or that it'll feel good, but we are all getting pushed right now to enter into our soul reason for being here. And you will be pushed, you will be prodded, you will feel pressured by the planets, by the universe, and be redirected. And that means things are going to end, things are going to shift. You're going to experience pain, you're going to experience suffering, but all of it is designed for you to be in place for what it is that you have to do. And again, these planets moving through the sign of Scorpio right now is like, look, your relationships need to be significant, your job needs to be significant, your health needs to be significant, your daily lifestyle, your habits, they all need to be in like not relative, but they need to be like prime, they need to be ideal. And if you're not doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and if you're not following your soul purpose, and if you're neglecting yourself and your soul and your spirit, you're going to get destroyed. So it's like, and this isn't like a nudge to get anyone to, a mad dash to understand and figure things out. That's not what's going on. That's not what's happening here. But it is, you are meant to reflect. You are meant to connect. You are meant to ask questions. You are meant to study, to take some risks, to have faith. That's the biggest thing, is to have faith and to surround yourself with love and light, and you'll be good. Wow, that was off topic a little bit. Maybe we needed to hear it. Maybe we needed to talk about it. But, yeah, intuitions are really going to be high, and feelings may be up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Topics are hard to discuss. Some things that people say are going to hit us in a core level, like, whoa, like maybe a quote that you come across, it just, like, you hear it. Maybe you've heard it a million times, but this one time when you hear it, this week or these upcoming weeks, you're just like, oh my God. I mean, I've heard this before, but when I heard it this time, like, I really heard it, So maybe something that you say, a message that you deliver to someone else, is just kind of hits in like a bell, like a huge bell, and just rings and dongs throughout your entire spirit, and just changes the vibration and changes your flow and changes your entire course of life. So these are some things that I'm seeing. The full moon, so let's talk about that. The full moon's going to be happening in the sign of Taurus. And I love this because I love Taurus energy. It wants to ground you. It wants to center you. It wants to treat you. It wants to indulge you. I mean, if you're going to do anything for this for this full moon, I mean, just really take care of yourself, take care of others, make a meal that's luxurious. And that doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy something crazy and expensive, because that's the other thing about Taurus. It's very grounded. It's ruled by the earth, and it just takes, you know, very simple things, but it makes them of very high quality. And with this full moon, you know, you really want to see where Taurus falls within your personal chart, because that's, again, where you're seeing this energy being activated. But with this full moon, you know, you want to take what you have and you want to make it gold. You want to, even if you have a simple life, maybe you do have to simplify a little bit. Maybe you do have to remove some things out, because the full moons naturally tend to, you know, work to release things out of your life in some ways. And other times they bring them to fruition, because that's what the full moon does. That's the energy that we're working with. But really what it's saying is, you know what, you know, make the things around you, make them quality, and take care of yourself, treat yourself. And you don't have to be extravagant with it. It could be very simple, but make sure that it's done well. Take your time. You don't have to rush. Build your foundation. Make sure that you have comfort, security, that you're being provided for. If you don't, and if you don't have those things, ask for them. If you already have those things and you're like, you know what, I could, you know, take on more, or am I grateful still, or am I being selfish for asking for too much, or for asking for more, like maybe, like, you know, maybe smaller quality, like smaller, you know, things of life that make, you know, your overall quality just so ideal. For me, it's always like really comfortable bed sheets, flowers, good food, good company, laughing, belly laughs with my friends, cuddles from my kitty cat, you know, going for a bike ride with my boyfriend, those types of things. So all those things are taken into play. Again, I'm seeing, you know, this Taurus full moon is, you know, connects the energy of the moon and the sun, obviously because they're opposite of each other. But Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is in a tough spot, because she is going to be squaring off directly with Uranus. And again, she, you know, it throws up the unpredictable. It throws out things that, you know, we didn't see coming. Maybe this is a large expense that just gets thrown into our laps. Maybe, you know, something does break down, which I would see that more as Mercury, but Mercury seems to be positively aspected. But you know what? It really truly depends on what is ruling your chart and how your chart is aligned. Maybe a relationship breakdown, maybe a surprise within the relationship that doesn't have to be negative, but you just totally didn't see it coming. So I'm getting this message too of like idealism and dreaming and like being a visionary, picturing, visualizing, and like you guys, sorry, deal with me here, because really truthfully, like I am trying to figure out how best to say this and like what the image it is that I'm getting. So what I get is like you know, almost like a veil, and someone sitting and in their imagination, but it's very much here in the physical form. And like, even as I'm saying it to you, it feels like I have something like covering my eyes. It's like a silky like fabric or whatever, but you can't really truly see. And when you and it's like, if you look through this veil, then you're seeing the world through a lens, through another like portal. And what this is designed to do is to show you little glimpses of the future, and to provoke you to feel it, so that you can then say and see and acknowledge to yourself, this is what I want. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And sometimes it'll be like, okay, I saw myself getting married. I saw myself doing this job. I saw myself traveling here. And as soon as you see it through this veil in that moment, and you guys, I'm sorry, deal with me. So, like, when I see stuff, I see obviously physical. I see my camera, I see the camera stand, I see my laptop, I see, you know, lights, I see paper, I see mess. And that's my physical eyes looking. Then when I visualize an apple, I see the apple in my mind. But there's a layer in between that. That's not physical eyesight, that's not mental eyesight, and it's spiritual sight. And that's where it is that I feel like you guys need to start accessing, and or that is what I'm talking about now, is that veil and looking through that lens, looking through that eye, that third eye. And that's really the only best way that I can describe it. Truly is the third eye, because it is right here, but it's not here and it's not here, if that makes any sense. So looking through this lens is almost like, you know, again, getting snippets of the future, and once you see it and once you experience it, you're like, oh God, like this is, now that I've seen it, I know that I want it, I know that it's, you know, it's a part of the future, and it's a part of what is divine, like, designed for me, what's destined for me. But so much of it is connected to Chiron and, well, you know, me looking at Chiron and Pisces, and Pisces energy, and this moon and Neptune all sitting in the energy of Pisces, saying like, your visions, your dreams, your intuitive, like, not perception, but ability to see, it's significant, and it means something, and it's real. And, you know, some people may not understand that, you know, maybe you're from a background or belief system that doesn't really support this, but it doesn't, even though you're not being supported by it, doesn't mean that it's not real. It doesn't mean that you're not seeing it. What are you going to do? Like, keep on, you know, pushing it aside? I'm going off on a tangent. I'm sorry, but really that's what I'm seeing here, is just this ability to visualize and to be able to see through your third eye lens, you know, glimpses of the future, so that you can then start putting them on your vision board, start working your magic, start setting intentions, start praying about it, whatever the case may be. But Chiron, these visions that come to you, are designed to not only to give so much to you as far as like purpose and you know, good love and good career and good health and, you know, a good life, but it's designed to heal you. And by looking at some of these pieces that are sometimes difficult to see or difficult to experience within the moment, because again, Saturn is squaring Chiron, creating, you know, this stick that just keeps on nudging in that old wound that you are working so hard to heal and to move forward from, which, by the way, be easy on yourself. So Chiron aspecting, you know, the moon on Halloween night, Mercury, the planet of communication, coming in order to deliver messages and to deliver the mind, the energy of the mind, helping you to visualize, to think about, and to connect and to communicate. And then Saturn squaring it, pushing and prodding. All of these things are designed to help you to see. And Pisces is that glittering veil that says, you know what, connect. Ask for the guides to help you. Ask for spirit, higher power, the divine to help you, so that you're able to get glimpses of the future. Because once you're able to see it and to taste it, and it's a part of your senses, I mean, the next few steps are effortless. All right? So I love you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and exit out because I have a lot of orders I need to get out to you guys before the full moon. The full moon's going to be on Friday or Saturday for some others, and I want to get your orders out, your full moon soaks, your full moon oils, out as soon as possible. And also it's Halloween, so I want to do my own special rituals and candle magic that I have designed for some of my clients and also for myself. So let me know what you guys are doing, what you're going to be for Halloween. I would love to hear. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye.